Zoe, I love spring rolls. What could be better than taking something, putting it inside a package or a pastry, and then deep frying it till it's crispy and golden? What could be better than that?
Well, anyway, keep going.
And even better when you've got something like crocodile to put in it, which is an Australian meat. Yeah. It's a beautiful meat, comes from the up in the north where all the crocodiles are. And I'm very lucky that I'm in the south. There's no crocodiles around here, but we do have the meat. Now, to start with, Zoe, we've got some wombok here, which is an Asian-style cabbage, some spring onions as well, and some snow peas as well, chopped really fine. And I've got some shiitake mushrooms. Now, I've got some ginger here, and I'm going to cut it into tiny little strips. So when you're chomping into the spring roll, you get a nice piece of ginger.
Yep. Now, what do you want done with these spring onions?
Just cut them really, really fine. Yep. There we go. Right. And I've got some garlic here, one garlic clove. I'm just going to leave this fairly chunky as well. This is going to be jam-packed full of flavour. I've got an onion here, a red onion, and I'm going to slice this nice and fine all the way around. And I've got a chilli here, a long red chilli. What I'm going to do is just take some of the seeds out of this one and cut it nice and fine like this. I should start frying it, shouldn't I? Into my pan with some olive oil. I've got it nice and hot. I like plenty of oil in here because it is a stir frying. In goes the ginger, the garlic, the chilli and the onion, straight in there like that.
Really lovely smells.
Now, I'm going to get you to grab that stuff. I'm going to throw it all in at once. There we go. Throw it all in like that. Now, you can see we've got lovely flavour in there and lots of ingredients to stir it around. Now, what I'm going to get you to do, I've got a red capsicum here. Yep. I just want you to just shave it off, and I want some, like matchsticks almost, or julienne. Sure. And I'm going to do the same with the crocodile. You can see crocodile's a beautiful meat. It's it has the feeling or the texture of chicken breast in a way. Okay. But this is a beautiful muscle here. It sort of cooks fairly quickly, but it's a beautiful meat. It is something you want to treat it like chicken breast and fish. It does go off very quickly if you leave it in the fridge. So you really need to buy it fresh and use it fairly quickly.
And I haven't used crocodile very regularly at all, I must admit. Is it something that you need to cook really well or really rare? I mean, what's the...
you need to cook it through.
Really?
It's like chicken breast. But the trick is to cook it through without overcooking it. Okay. And so it still stays moist and tender and tasty, but it's not dry and chewy. So look at that. Look at that stir fry going in there. You've got those capsicums. I'm only going to use a little bit of crocodile. That's the thing when you're making spring rolls. You don't have to use a lot of ingredients. Okay. Small amount goes a long way. I've got some of this coriander here. I'm just going to chop it on the same board here because this is all going into the mix. That goes straight into the pan. Beautiful. Look at those little matchsticks there. Perfect. And you can see...
I'm just scared if I don't chop it correctly, he'll get angry at me.
Well, I know exactly how everything should be chopped. So
he's a chef and he does run his own restaurant, and I've heard him kind of reprimand those boys in there.
You do need discipline at all times. I've got some sesame oil here, a couple of drops of that. Be careful, it is quite strong. I'll just give that a bit of a stir up.
I can really smell that sesame oil. It's got a lovely, strong, pungent smell.
Now, I'm going to get some of this hoisin sauce. And this, I love a sauce, a good thick sauce, when you have to smack the bottom of it to get it all out. There we go. Now, what I'll get you to do, Zoe, is I've got some corn flour and some water here. I'm going to mix that through there like that.
Is this just to sort of thicken the sauce up?
Yes, if it's too thin, it actually leaches out and becomes like watery, because there is a lot of liquid in here. So with the corn flour, I think there's about 2-3 tablespoons of corn flour. I never measure it, I just sort of eyeball it from here. I pour it in to the pan while it's boiling and stir it around straight away. And what you'll find, in a matter of seconds, it'll thicken up straight away.
Yeah, it really does work very quickly.
Yep, so all you need to do is just stir it around, let it simmer on the stove for about 30 seconds. And what I want to do now, Zoe, is just cool this down a little bit, because I know you've got such lovely fingers. I would hate for you to make spring rolls with a hot mix. No. So what I'll do is I'll just spread that out on a plate. That'll cool it down a little bit. And I'll get you to pass me that spring roll pastry.
Oh, there we are.
I love this stuff. Spring roll pastry, easy to get from any Asian supermarket. See how thin it is?
It is, isn't it?
OK. Now, if you can crack that egg into the bowl and then with a brush, just give it a bit of a mix-up so it's all mixed together. That's what we call the egg wash, and what that's going to do is stick the pastry together. So lay a couple of these out, and the trick is to lay 3 or 4 of these out at once. So what we do is we spoon it's about a tablespoon on there, straight on there like that, and I'll put that on there for you as well.
Thank you.
And you've got a spoon in front of you, just spread it out a little bit, not all the way to the edge. Then we just brush the outside of it like this with a brush.
Thank you.
And then what I do, Zoe, is just fold it in like that, and then just with that brush there, a little bit on the edge there like that, and then what you do is you roll it up. You can see how easy that comes together. Into the oil they go. That's it. What you want to see, Zoe, is the oil just starting to boil away. It's not foaming up or anything. The filling's cooked, so all you really want to do with this, Zoe, is cook the outside of it so it's nice and crisp. This will take a few more minutes. You'll have a few more done. I can't wait to be eating these. look at those spring rolls. Look how brown and crispy they are.
A little oily, but this is a recipe for you.
They went into hot oil, so they are still crispy. Now, I need you to pour some of the sweet and sour sauce and the plum sauce with it because we need something, a dipping sauce to go with it. Look at that. Crocodile spring roll. I'll just bust that open. Full of goodness. And
veggies look good.
They do, don't they? Now, I'm going to give you that one there and I'll dip some in here. Oh. Delicious. The crocodile is really good. It's not a strong flavour.
No.
It's lovely.
Look, I'm not a big fan of anything deep fried, but, you know, I think the flavours are really nice. The crocodile is really unique.
You can't go past the spring roll though, can you? There we go. Another dip of sauce. Oh, delicious.